Hey, it's me, scythe7. Welcome to part 54 of my Library of Ruina walkthrough. I'm going to be facing the final ensemble member on the floor of General Works. It's Argalia himself, the blue Reverberation versus the black Silence. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, so he's got the blue Reverberation, take no damage from ranged combat pages. We saw that during the Full Stop Office Pre-battle. Got Resonance. So if his speed equals his target's vibration, and he gains the bonus power, right? Final Impromptu, when HP falls to 25, purge all status elements and fully recovers stag resist. Then he uses Final Impromptu. Cool. Immune to immobilization. And if no other allies are present, gain 3 strength. Okay, fun stuff. Okay, so here's one of these resonance cards. The speed is equal to target's vibration. All dice on this page gain +4 power. Okay, so he can hit pretty hard. Here's Final Impromptu. A lot of rolls. Alright, that looks fun. Rails of Blue. Okay, so everything's unaffected by power gain. It clashes with that. Sequential Bullets. Just a lot of dice. Dissonance. We can lose our vibration. Okay, that's pretty good. And more losing vibration. Okay, cool stuff. Now for the Black Silence. We've seen this during Olivier's reception. He's got unique combat pages. What I've put on him for passive is the 4 trigrams. Got lock potential since this is basically a singleton. And since we're going to be fighting alone, we've got Lone Fixer to give us 3 strength. So let's begin.
Roland, 정말 나랑 한마디도 안 할 거야?
Come on, Roland. Are you really going to keep your mouth shut before me?
할 말이 더 있나? 서로 목적은 확실하잖아.
What do you want to hear? We both know each other's goals.
설마 엔젤라가 상처를 받았다고?
You aren't still being oversensitive because we hurt Angela's feelings, are you?
그럴 리가 없지. 넌 그저 네 완벽한 계획이 틀어져서.
Of course you aren't. You're just mad because a wrench was thrown into your oh-so-perfect plan.
너야말로 이런 짓을 벌이는 주제.
Rich coming from the man pulling this shit.
이런 짓이란 게 뭘까?
Wonder what you're implying by this. Something wrongful?
난 그 올바르다는 걸 이해해.
See, I can't understand the distinction between right and wrong.
인간이라는 존재가
Right things are ingrained into human beings in the name of common sense, hindering their progress and making them live unhappy lives. What horseshit are you spewing this time?
흔히 정이라고 부르는 것들 말이야.
You know what they often call definitions?
시간은 왜 일정한?
Why does time flow in one direction?
그건 너희가 시간은
That's because you think time has to flow one way.
대체 그게 왜 올바른 걸까?
Why is that the right thing? What makes something right? Or do we have to bother deciding what's
왜
right?
이런 걸 정해야 하는 걸까? 우리가 더 발전하지
Maybe
못하도록
it's because there's an entity that drew those lines, so we can't progress any further.
올바르다고 하는 건
Why is the concept of rightness trying to restrain human desires? Why is it impeding our advancement? Are the questions I ask.
난 의문을 품었지만 곧 이것에 대한
I raised these questions and worked out an answer shortly after.
이제 그 사실을
And now,
도시
I'm going to
전체에
announce it to all of the city.
네 개소리를 정리하면
Just let me get this straight. You're rambling that it's possible to go back in time and shit if that mold is broken?
쓸데없는 생각을 하는데 인생을
Wasting your life on useless ideas.
아니 가능해.
No, it will be possible. You just can't get out of the mold because you're firmly holding on to it, doubting the possibility.
우리는 이 틀만 없다면 끝없이
Without this mold, our ascent will reach infinite heights. This is no hypothesis, it's a fact that can be proven.
그것을 깨닫고
Having realized that, our ensemble now stands before you like this.
말은 그럴듯하게 하지만
You talk big, you just want to get rid of the pain you're carrying in truth. Am I wrong? You want to crush me, the city, most of all Angela for taking Angelica's life.
내가 너랑 같은 줄 알아? 하나는 제대로 보고 둘은 볼 줄 모르는구나.
You think I'm like you? You might have seen through one thing, but you can't see further than that.
난 내 아픔을 고스란히 되갚아주려는 게 아니야.
I'm not planning to return my suffering in full.
완전히 부정하지는 않을게. 처음에는
I
그런 마음을
won't deny all of it though. Perhaps I did think of doing it at first. My only light was taken from me twice.
아주 잠깐 그 피아노
For a
앞에서
brief moment, I felt all kinds of emotions before that piano.
절망, 집착, 분노, 슬픔.
Despair, obsession, rage, sorrow.
하지만 곧 그 감정들은
But it took no time for those feelings to dissipate into nothing.
모든 게 그래. 모든 게 정말 아름다워 보였어.
Everything. Yes. Everything seemed beautiful afterwards.
내가 널 잃은 게 정말 비극이었을까? 누가 이를 비극이라 정의했을까?
Is it truly a tragedy that I lost her? We defined it as tragedy.
넌 아직도 분노에 눈이 멀어 있지만 난 이제 그런 감정들에 신경 쓰지 않기로 했어.
Roland, you may still be blinded by wrath, but I made the decision that I will care not about those feelings anymore.
지금조차 안젤리카를 위한다는 명목으로 끈덕지게 매달리는 주제.
As if you're clinging on to the justification that's for Angelica's sake even now. Oh man, Roland's pissed. He's got a vein popping out.
아니야, 롤란. 난 곧 이 연주와 함께 안젤리카를 보내주려고 해.
That's not it, Roland. I'm going to send off Angelica with this performance.
누구처럼 추하게 난동 부리는 일은 없을 거란 말이지.
Won't be going on an unsightly rampage, unlike a certain person.
안젤리카가 더러운 목적을 위한 명분을
That Angelica can justify the pursuit of an ambition tainted by unclean desires is just a dreadful excuse now.
그걸 깨달은 인간이 추모곡이니 뭐니 구차한 핑계나 늘어놓고 있고.
If you realize that, why don't you also drop the excuse about this being her dirge or whatever?
인간이란 그런 거 아니겠어? 그래서 이 연주를 시작하는 거야.
Humans can be so finicky, no? That's why I'm preparing this performance.
이 연주는 나의 마지막 깨달음이 될 거고 동시에 모두가 이 깨달음을 알게 될 테지.
This performance will be my final enlightenment, and I'll share it with everyone at the same time.
더불어 안젤리카를 위한다는 일은 이 장송곡이 마지막일 거야.
Moreover, this dirge will be the last thing I do for Angelica.
네 말은 끝까지 이해할 수 없네. 너무 헛소리라 그런가.
Still have no idea what you're saying. I guess your bullshittery levels are off the charts for me, huh?
이해할 수 없는 것이 존재하기에 재밌는 거 알겠어?
The existence of things we cannot understand is what makes life fun.
난 앞으로 내가 이해할 수 없는 걸 쫓을 거야.
I'll continue to chase after what lies beyond my understanding after this.
무궁무진하게 앞으로 나아갈 힘을 얻는다는 뜻이기도 하고.
Which means I'm going to wield the power to ceaselessly move forward.
그러기 위해서는 지금 너희의 그 힘을
To do that, I'll have to take the power you're keeping in your storage into my own two hands. Isn't that right?
정겨웠던 이야기는
Let's end our affectionate conversation here.
아직도 괜찮거든.
You're still keeping those gloves.
정말 역겹네.
How putrid.
닥쳐.
Shut up. The stage is calling for us. Are the curtains finally about to rise? Alright. So we want to try to avoid gaining vibration. And I can go ahead and give myself some strength. Okay, Pale Hands will be good here for stagger damage. Actually, I could let this counter dice clash with that, right? I think that's what I'll do. And then that won't do any damage, but it will get rid of those cards. And he has some counter dice of his own. Oh, I forgot to play a trigram card. Oops. Oh man, you hear that violin? Oh, that's awesome. Alright, we'll take learning. So this is learn. It allows you to copy a dice your opponent is using. Copy the dice on a combat page. Okay, so I'll let the counter dice deal with that. Okay, we'll get Furioso here to... Let's see. Can I end this fight in 3 scenes? Yeah, I think so. Why not make this a little interesting anyways, right? Alright, this should be the turn we get him down. Oh, he's playing it. Okay, so the idea here is that you're supposed to play Furioso to destroy all the opponent's dice and kill them. Because I'm a psychopath, we took learn. We're gonna use this against him. Okay, well that's easy. Roland, this won't be how it ends. Nice. We got a whole bunch of his cards. Hell yeah.
어떻게든 저 또라이 집단을 막았군.
He managed to put a stop to that sicko and his gang of nutcases somehow.
책들도 지금까지와는 차원이 다른 힘을 지닌 것.
Looks like their books are on another level too.
이곳이 종착점인 거지.
This is the end of the invitation's guidance. We're at our final destination.
축하해, 엔젤라. 드디어 끝났네.
Congrats, Angela. It's finally over.
인간의 몸까지 얻었고 이제 더 기계로 살지 않아도 되는 거잖아.
We got a human body, so you don't have to live as a machine anymore, right?
그래. 이제 나는 자유야. 빛은 다 모였으니까.
Indeed, I am free now. All the light has been reclaimed.
온전한 인간의 몸.
I've gained a perfect human body and freedom. I've made it with your help.
고마워, 롤랑.
Thank you, Roland.
빛 속에서 내 책을 꺼내기만 하면 돼.
All I need to do now is take my book from the light.
좋아. 그럼 나도 이제 끝낼 수 있겠네.
Alright, guess it's time for me to finish this too.
엔젤라. 이제부터 내가 뭘 할지 알겠지?
Angela, you can guess what I'm about to do now, yeah?
역시 도서관으로 온 건 우연이 아니었구나.
So it's no coincidence that you came to the library, Roland. So the reason for that like kind of awkward cut is that last phrase in the early access is where it cut off. So we had to wait for this part right here, and I made like a little April Fool's video for it. I thought it was pretty funny. It would also be pretty funny if I decided to cut it right here and go right to the Credenza for Argalia, because this is all going to be a lead up to a pretty cool fight. So I hope you guys can wait, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so I'm going to have to edit this in. I almost forgot to read Argalia's stuff and go over the rewards for his fight. Okay, so Argalia's page. When I heard the news and rushed to the scene, only a hideous musician who had concluded his performance and permanently shut the piano's lid with his torso awaited me. For the first time, emotions I couldn't understand welled up inside me. It's hard to define what they were, even now. I felt as if deep, tenebrous strains were seeping out of my heart. Alas, I didn't shed tears before that piano where your body rested, for I soon realized that you were no longer there. That's right, through the gentle breeze that brushes past my face, and the clouds that fly in the sky, which give me heed of your presence from overhead or underfoot. I thought you had left me, but you would always come back. That's why I care no longer about the skin and flesh you wore only momentarily. Angelica. Follow after the name you gave me, Berto. You used to call me that down in those horrible underground chambers. I'll create a new world. One where people can live bountiful lives even if they have nothing, free from obsession or greed. When we lose the fixation on our bodies, we won't be afraid of death anymore. No rest will be eternal. And so Argalia is kind of going through like twisted grief, I guess, which is kind of sad. But now we'll look at his key page. He's got this resonance mechanic. When using a melee combat page, the difference between this character's speed die and the target's vibration is 1 or less. All dice on the page gain +2 power. At the start of the act, drop 2 pages. And then it takes no damage from ranged combat cards. Then he's got a whole bunch of exclusive cards. He's got a mass individual Tempestuous Stanza. On hit, target's vibration is set to 4. And Trails of Blue. Power gain doesn't affect when clashing with this card. Resonance Scythe. If speed is equal to target's vibration, all dice on this page gain +4 power. Cool. Allegro. If this page activates Resonance, draw 2 pages. On hit, target gains 2 vibration. And Largo. This page activates Resonance, draw 1 page. On use, restore 1 light. That 5/9 on hit, if target has 6 or more vibration, reduce it by 1. So if you're familiar with my like early days for my channel, I have a whole series of doing solo Argalia challenges, and I really like his key page. It's a ton of fun to use. There's a lot of setup you have to do. The trick here is getting your target's vibration to 5, essentially, right? Because your dice rolls are 4 to 6, you can activate Resonance with any card at that point. So you always gain the +2 power on hit. And obviously he has pretty good draw power using Allegro. The only unfortunate thing is that if you do end up getting your opponent or whoever you're fighting to 7 vibration, which is the max, the only speed die roll that you can get to actually activate Resonance would be 6. And so that's why Largo's in there, in order to reduce it down. But he's got a lot of cool combo potential and stuff, just like with himself. And I actually really like this page. I'll probably be using it for the rest of the game. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.